and welcome to this episode of Scotty Paints. This is the third sitting for the painting entitled The Sunrise at Sumpter Valley Railroad, and I'll bring up the picture of what it is that I'm painting. This was a photograph taken by a friend of mine, Kevin Schindler, when he was up visiting the Sumpter Valley Railroad last month. And so I'm in the process of turning this into a painting using acrylics. If I bring up the canvas cam, you can see here that last episode I worked on getting the water tank here done, put the gravel in. So what we have left now is we've got some background area over here to do, get the rails and ties put in. And I have to decide whether or not I'm going to put some stuff over here in this area, because it's just all gravel. In the original photo, there's rail fans standing here because it was a rail fan day, and I'm not going to put them in there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I mean, the area up there is looks like this. I mean, there's just not a lot around. The tracks in this area, I actually looked at it on Google Earth, and so it I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that area yet. Who knows? Maybe something will come to me later on, and I'll throw some stuff in there. Maybe a speeder sitting off onto the side or something. I know I've mentioned that before. I don't know yet. So let's take a look at the at today's palette. And I'm using both golden and Liquitex heavy body. I also have a little bit of the golden open, alizarin crimson. I don't have alizarin crimson in the regular flavor of golden acrylics. The opens are the slow drying. Those are the ones that take longer to dry, but you can speed up the drying time by mixing it with non-open acrylics, and also by using a hairdryer. So for today, I've got some Liquitex titanium white I want to use up. I have Mars black. I have some cobalt blue. This is some old cobalt blue I'm going to use up. And I've got some golden open neutral gray, Payne's gray, and that's for the details, and some burnt umber here, Liquitex burnt umber. I'll mix with that, and that's for the rails, ties, and things like that. I'm going to use the alizarin crimson, and here's the white, and the titanium white, and the cobalt blue. I'll mix those up for the background. If you look over here, you know, we have this mountain range in the background. We have some trees, they're backlit back here, and there's a little hillside here, gravel, and then here's a tree that's starting to change color and drop its leaves because this was September. So we're going to work on all this area first. So I need to mix up some a nice light purpley color for the this area over here, and then we'll get all this done, and then we'll take care of everything that's going to be done here in front. Get the rails in, get the ties in. That's going to be time-consuming, monotonous, and then we'll start going in and adding the rest of the details, like get some steam. Once I get the rails and gravel and everything in, I can put some steam effects coming in, and then add some more details around the boiler here, and we'll get this painting finished up. So let's, what do you say that we don't delay any further, and let's get to painting. So I've got my coffee. So I'll apologize now if I stop and take a swig every once in a while. But, you know, this is the elixir of life that keeps you going while you're painting. So anyway, let's go to the canvas cam, and let's get painting. I guess at first I should go ahead and get my colors going here. So I could have been doing this while I was talking about them, but yeah. Oh well. All right, so let's get some titanium white down. A little alizarin crimson. some of this cobalt blue. See if I can mix it up. It was a little bit messy and runny and had separated a little bit. Thankfully they use these plastic tubes that makes it easy to mix up the paint while it's in the tube still. Can't do that with the metal tubes. They just, here we go. Almost time to replace this. Still got some good color in there. We're going to use it up. Oh, still a little separated. There we go. Okay, I'll have to mix that up. Okay, I'm going to hold off on these colors for now because these are not the open colors, so they are going to dry quickly. I do have some extender and retarder I can use with those. I'll hold off on the black as well. Get that out of the way. So let's get this mixed up. By the way, if hopefully my voice sounds better than the previous videos on this one. I just got a new wireless microphone system to hook up and use, and hopefully that will cut out some of the background noise of the air conditioning system that comes on every once in a while. And any background noise that might come in from the outside when the kids wake up and start playing and get busy. So, okay. I've got a small filbert brush I'm going to use here to get started with this. Bring up my reference photo. Okay. So let's see how this goes on. I have to be careful here because I'm once again find myself in a position where I'm putting in a background after I've painted some foreground features. So we will most likely be doing some cleanup there. And we're going to fade this out. In the photo, it's a straight tone. You don't really get a lot of detail, but sometimes when you're painting, you want to have just a little bit more in there to help. A little more tone. I like a little more tone, so that's my own personal artist interpretation. Artist license, as we like to say. All right. So we got that in. Go back to our reference photo. So we got a line of trees there to put in. So I need to mix up something that has a little bit of a green cast to it. So I got to bring in some colors. I've got some phthalo green I can use. It's the golden open, so it's a slow drying phthalo, but that's okay. We'll put some of that, I'll put a little dab of that right there. And let's see, well, so I'm mixing that with the Payne's Gray. And we'll bring in the fan brush for this. Using a small detail brush here for this area because it's so close to the locomotive. I'm going to just skirt around the smoke box. Yeah, we call it impressionism when we just use color to create things, because it's our impression of what the real world looks like. Okay. Stop playing with the trees. Leave them alone, Scott. All right. Let's go back to our reference photo. What do we got here? Okay, so we've got the trees in. I put in just a little bit of foreground there, and we need to mix up dark gravelly gray to put in there. It looks like there's some little bushes down here along the side. So we'll go back to the palette cam. And we're going to take titanium white, Payne's Gray. Excuse me if I'm sniffling. It's that time of year. And I've got a small wedge bright that I'm going to use. So let's see. We'll actually bring in some Mars Black. It's just more of this gravel that's over on the other side of the tracks. It's a very rocky, gravelly area around the rail yard there near the Sumpter Valley Station. I need something for a little more texture. So we're going to try this round brush here, this number 4 round, because we've got the little bushes here in front. What do you think? Should we give them just a little bit of color? They do have a slight, very, very slight orangish tinge to them. So let's do this. I'm going to bring in some cadmium yellow medium. This is some very inexpensive paint that I picked up. I bought it when I was practicing, doing some practice paintings. So I normally wouldn't use it, but let's see what we can, see how much damage we can do here. And we'll just dab in some color. So you can see that I've got the tree in there, and I was got trying to get a little roll of color in there. We're gonna just a very slight hint of some tree trunk there. We're going to call that part done. All right. Now comes the fun part. Putting in the rails. And I'm going to mix up a rusty rail color. What's a rusty rail color? Well, I guess it's going to be a little bit of burnt umber and a little bit of alizarin crimson. And we'll so if I bring the alizarin crimson down to this burnt umber I just put down, use up some of this orangish color. So have I mentioned that putting in rails and ties and ballast, this is the tedious part of the painting, I think. Trying to get it all to look right and get the shadowing in on the rails so it looks like rail. And I know it probably doesn't look like much on video. I don't know if you can see it or not. Looks starting to look pretty good, I think, in person. So hopefully when I get this done and I get a good close-up shot of it at the end of the video, you'll appreciate the tediousness I'm putting into this painting right now. All right, back to our regularly scheduled tedium. Okay. All right, well, let's see where we are. We're at, that's an hour and 21 minutes into this painting right now. So, I don't know. Do I take a break? Do we come back over here and let's take a look at what we got here. So we got the background in. Got the background in. Now we just need to go back and finish off some details, I think, of the locomotive. And I still don't know what I'm going to do about this. It's an awful lot of gravel just to leave lying around, you know. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to take a break, and I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. This is going to be movie magic for you because it's going to happen in the blink of an eye, just like. And we're back. So I've got some fresh water. I cleaned my brushes, and now we're going to work back here on this area. I know, what am I pointing to? Oh, back here on this area here. We've got, if you take a look at the photo, you can see that we've got some details to put in. We've got, it looks like the door is open in the cab, and so sunlight's coming straight through from the back of the cab on the Heisler. So we got to put that in there to give some definition. And then there's some other few minor details, not much. We're not putting the people in. I'm leaving the people out for now. Well, not even for now. I'm not going to put them in at all. I want to concentrate on the locomotives. So this is where we're going to start work on these details, and then we're going to finish up some minor details here on the locomotive, and then we're going to call it done. I think maybe we might be finished here in about another, might be finished here in about another 15, 20 minutes maybe. And then I'm going to call this done and take a break and move on to something else. I've got a few other paintings in the back of my head that we'll be doing next week. I'm waiting for a special tool to arrive for the one set of paintings I'm going to do. I've got an oval cutter on ordered, so I can cut an oval mask to put on a black canvas for a painting that I want to do. So we'll show you that next week. So let's get this one finished up. Go back to the overhead canvas cam. There we go. And I've put put a little bit of yellow on the paint on the palette already. So let's go in and get a little opening put in. So I've got a lot of little details here that I want to put in. And then we're going to throw in some steam coming out here. And then I think after that we might call this finished. There are some highlights on top of the ties over here that I didn't put in. I might put those in, I might not. I don't know yet. I sort of like the way the ties and rails look right now on the painting. So I like this. I think I'm just going to walk away from it. It's like, don't touch that. That looks good. Okay, so let's get in here. I'm going to throw some thinner in here because I'm working little tiny details, tiny detail brush. We need to thin some of this stuff out. Okay. Well, there we have it. Sunrise at Sumpter. What's missing? Steam. All right. Need to get some little steam effects here. And I have to be careful with this because this could get crazy real quick. So all right, what do you think? Well, I think with that, we're going to call this one done. I'm going to set it off to the side, stare at it for a couple of weeks. Who knows? I might come back and put some more little details here and there. I still got to figure out what I want to do with that big empty gravel space. So I'll do some more looking around on the internet at photos and see if I can come up with some ideas. But for the most part, I want to say that I'm done working on this one, and I need to move on to something else. But this was a fun one to do. Thank you, Kevin Schindler, for taking such a great photo and allowing me to turn this into a painting. It was a really good practice session for me. So that's all I have. I'm going to finish off my coffee here and then go edit up the video, get it loaded up for you. So once again, thanks a lot for joining with me and my journey back into painting after a hiatus for many years. And if you're not painting, hey, start. You never know. It's fun. Do it for fun. Don't be so critical on yourself like I am on me. But anyway, we'll see you next time. Take care.